Good evening. Thank you for choosing me to be the auditory backdrop for whatever you have decided to do today. Welcome to Take It With a Grain of Salt, brought to you by Twisted Fork Lifestyle, where we have been twisting your perception of food for over 8 years.
Good afternoon. Again, this is Constance Anderson, and I want to thank Miss Desiree Lenore, the host, for inviting me back for another talk on fibromyalgia. So this is our second talk, and I do want to state from the beginning that I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse practitioner. I am just one person who has been dealing with this disease for probably at least half my life, 30 some odd years, and that any changes that you would make, you want to check with your health care professional. All right, let's get into it. Last time we talked about fibromyalgia, we talked about the foods, we talked about the types of symptoms, the stinging, stabbing, tingling, sharp, dull, and different things like that. We talked about the foods that, the starchy foods, the sugar, cheese, chocolate, the alcohol, the nightshades that will aggravate and give you what is known as a flare-up. We talked about that there are men that have it, women have it, mostly women. We talked about a good diet and a bad diet. A vegetarian diet or a strict vegetarian diet is the best diet. That's leaving off the cheese and the eggs and things like that, because they clog the blood and it's bad for your circulation. So we also talked about the importance of eating clean and eating greens, because usually people are going to cheat. But if you're not a vegetarian, strict vegetarian, try it for 2 or 3 weeks and see if your body is not pleased. Just try it. And if you don't, I work with vegetarians and non-vegetarians. If you don't want to be a vegetarian, that's fine. But remember, you want to give your body the best. So maybe a week, a month. Try going on a strict vegetarian diet and see how it benefits your body. Now, just because something is strictly vegetarian doesn't mean it's good for you. There's some vanilla, I don't want to put the name out there, but this new vanilla brand cookie is vegan. What they say, no dairy, no anything, but it's still not good for you. You want to eat quality food. Quality food is very, very important. So today we are going to look at some mood, things happening with your mood as far as fibromyalgia. Because of the pain issues, people who are in pain, different types of pain, are not generally friendly people or nice people. It depends on, it's hard to be nice when you're in pain. It's hard to be friendly when you're in pain. So let's talk about some things that will help your diet, help you to have less pain. Water. Water is very good. Water is good on the inside. Water is good on the outside. It helps regulate temperature. It helps with your nerves. You cannot do bad about water. We talked, there's different types of baths. You can put baking soda in your water for an alkaline bath. You can put Epsom salt, which is not really a salt at all. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. And magnesium sulfate is so excellent for the bones. I bought one of those portable ice tubs, ice bath, and because I wanted the water to come all the way up to my neck. And just sitting in that with 2 pounds of Epsom salt, it was fantastic. It's very good for your muscles. I probably on the average may do that once a week, but a good magnesium supplement is also very good for your muscles. and they take it in the morning and the evening. What I take is 400. You can talk to your doctor or healthcare professional to find out what works for you. So that's about water. Drinking enough water is good. Water helps to regulate pain. It helps with your circulation. It helps with body temperature. Another thing is heat. Heat is very important. If you can put your heat on your joints, if you're having joint pain, back in the day, you would be a hot water bottle that you would use to stay warm. You can use a heating pad on your chest, on your feet, on your back, wherever your issues are. You want a good quality hot pad, heating pad. It doesn't have to be expensive to be of good quality. And you want moist heat. Now, one thing, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but my doctor asked me how many pillows did I have on my bed. I thought that was a strange question, but I said I have about 10 pillows. I have a couple of body pillows and a couple of little bitty pillows and a few medium-sized pillows. And I said, well, why do you ask? So he said people who deal with pain usually have a lot of pillows so that they can position them to support or touch the part where it put pressure on the part where it helps. And I never thought of that, but that is so true. And there's different types of pillows. If you ever stayed at a hotel, you can tell some pillows are harder than others. Each bed will have a hard pillow and a soft pillow. And so when you placing your pillows, if you've never done this before, you kind of cushion like a baby. You know how you put babies and you want to keep them from moving. So you put the pillows around them. You can do that because you're somebody's baby. You can do that with your pillows. I use body pillows. You can put those around your back. You can put them on the front. You can lay on them. You can put them between your knees, between your feet. So if you're having mild to moderate pain issues, try pillows when you sleep at night or take a nap. Pillows are excellent, excellent, excellent. Another comment I'd like to make is don't be afraid to love or to be happy. Treat yourself. It's important that you do things to make you happy. And as you're happy, others will be happy. Buy yourself some flowers. If you like a certain candy bar, buy yourself a certain candy bar. But remember to get you some greens to not go overboard, because it's very important to listen to your body to take care of yourself. All right, let's see. I want to make sure I cover everything. Okay, there's different things that will trigger fibromyalgia. So you gotta pay attention to your body. Even good stress. Say you got a new grandbaby. That's good stress. That's wonderful stress. But your body just take it and it may send you into pain. So you have to listen to your body. You have to try different things to help your body. Trauma flashbacks. If you remember trauma, different things that may flash through your mind. You're like, why am I hurting? Or a song or a different smell, just different things. If you listen to your body and catch it early, you can do something to prevent it. Maybe go for a walk or listen to some other type of music. So have you ever gone in the store and come out singing a song? You're like, where did that song come from? Because you heard it in the store and your mind just gravitated to it. So it takes a little bit of effort, but to have good health is important. To be able to do the things that you like to do, to have fun, to enjoy your family is very important. Very, very important. So don't be afraid to be happy. You can be happy. You can have a good and healthy and normal life. It just takes knowing what your body can handle and what it can't handle. And listen to your body, especially ladies. When your body says it's time to rest, even if you don't want to rest, it's well worth it. Because if you get too down, you can't get back up. So an ounce of prevention is definitely worth a pound of cure. You're going to have good moods. You're going to have bad moods. That's because depending on your pain level. And like I said, it's water that can help. Water inside, water outside. Cold. Some of you cold will help better than the heat. cold patches, or a hot and cold shower. Hot and cold shower, 3 minutes hot, 30 seconds cold. It gets that circulation pumped up. It gets that immune system pumped up. And it's best to do it in the morning or before you go to bed, because you need to rest at least 45 minutes after, so that you get the full benefit of that. Let's talk a little bit about exercise. There's walking is the best exercise. These things are to help with pain. There's walking, and if you have trouble walking or can't walk, you can do chair exercise. You can sit in a chair. You can move your arms or move your legs. All these things can be found on YouTube, which is a blessing. When I hurt my knee, I used YouTube. Also, rebounding. I have a whole routine that I do, just downloaded videos from YouTube. So we talked about the chair exercise. We talked about the walking. Rebounding, one of those little bitty trampolines, that is really good. And if you can't do all that hopping and jumping, all you need to do is bounce. It helps with bone density. It's awesome. All you have to do is just stand up and bounce. Get like maybe 5 or 6 inches off the mat. Super, super wonderful. Okay. Your foods are your medicine. I wanted to recommend a couple of movies that help you understand about nutrition at a layman's level. Forks Over Knives is a good one. I don't know all the different channels that, like Netflix, probably the only one I know, where you maybe can watch some of these, or you might even be able to get them from the library. Forks Over Knives is one, and that's one that I share with people. It's really, really good. What the Health? It tells you what the industry isn't telling you. You might think, well, I'm having a problem, and it might be an allergy or something in the food. It might be some red dye in there, or it might be some other chemical that if you stop, your pain will stop. What the Health is another good video that lets you know what's in the food and how to have the best health possible. We talked about the Epsom salts. If you do not have a large tub like I was saying, this is a trick that works very well. You take a quart jar of water, make sure it's warm as possible, add a cup of Epsom salt to it, and stir it till it's dissolved. And right before you get out of the tub or out of the shower, stand up and pour that water over your back. Just barely make sure the Epsom salt is dissolved, and pat dry, and you will sleep like a baby. Now, if you have any allergies or anything against the Epsom salt, then you can't use that. But those who are able, I would recommend. I have used that over the years, and it is absolutely wonderful. We have a few more moments, and I want to share a couple of things. Massage is very good if you can handle it. And a lot of times when you're having pain, you don't know until you're touched. You don't know. You can be at a gathering and someone wants to shake your hand, and when you shake their hand, it's like, oh, that's painful. Or someone may put their hand on your shoulder. Oh, that's painful. So those of you who are able to handle a massage, that's a good thing. If you can't, then just leave it out. Go with the hot and cold shower. Go with your pillows. Fibromyalgia, let me give you another little definition, is extra heightened sensitivity to pain. And if those of you who understand, even wearing clothes at times can be painful, that's because you have that extra heightened sensitivity to pain. I have that in certain times and in certain areas. Like you could put your hand on my shoulder and take it off, and I could feel it. I could still feel it for maybe 30 or 40 minutes. It's kind of weird, but once you understand it a little bit, it makes it much better. I had it for years before I decided, I'm going to find out what is this really, really about. So also you may be sensitive to EMF frequency, cell phone frequency, your tablet frequency, computer, and microwave. And I found that also to be true in my case. When my phone is charging, I can't hold it in my right hand because I will definitely feel it. I can, but it'll give me problems. So pay attention to your body. Pay attention to food combinations. Vegetables and fruit should be eaten separately, but if you put them together, because they take two different types of enzymes to digest each one, you may get some gas, some bloating, and things like that. So it takes your body different enzymes to digest it. So I usually eat them I don't eat them together. Okay, spring water is excellent. If you don't know what kind of water to drink, clean spring water is good. We're not putting any brands out there. You choose your own brand. Lemon water, the juice of a half a lemon in a pint of water in the morning is really good. It sets your body tone for the day. So, iron and vitamin C is very good. When you take, if you're taking an iron supplement, if you take vitamin C with it, it will help with the absorption of the iron. I like to share some things that I use. I use a D3, B12. I use magnesium with zinc because that combination works very well. I take vitamin E and selenium because that combination works well. So before I end, I want to tell you, listen to your body. Your body will tell you so many things. And I'm not advocating cheating, but if you're going to cheat, you need to have a recovery plan. That's very important. I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you, Miss Desiree, for inviting me. And you all have a wonderful and blessed evening. Bye-bye.
And I'm your host, Desiree Flanoy. Thank you so much for joining us on Take It With a Grain of Salt. Brought to you by Twisted Fork Lifestyle, where we have been twisting your perception of food for the last 8 years. If you ever want to connect with any of our guests or leave us a question, a comment, a critique, or even one of your favorite natural remedies, you can reach us at twistedforklifestyle.com. Thank you again and have an absolutely amazing evening.